officiating crew, headed by Ed F. Rush, working with Mike Callahan and Mark Davis. David West, played by Kurt Thomas. West, the tip missed, and then Chandler.
Great matchup when you have Bruce Bowen, one of the better on-the-ball defenders, going against Chris Paul, and you've got Kurt Thomas against David West.
Duncan rip. San Antonio opening with Bowen. On Paul, here is Stojakovic. Chandler with another rebound. Stojakovic trying to back Finley. Peterson, yes. Oh, Peterson. Spurs 0 for 4 from the field. Bowen lost it. Here comes Paul. He turns Parker around, finding Stojakovic. Yes. Stojakovic from downtown. It's an 8-0 lead for the Hornets, and Greg Popovich takes a timeout. Stojakovic for West. The pass deflected and picked off. Here comes Parker. West is back. Parker is fouled.
Version of a Jason Kidd, and I spoke at the Open that Chris Paul kind of dusted off the future Hall of Famer Jason Kidd as Mo Pete comes off the screen and nails an 18-footer. But one thing Tony Parker is going to do against Chris Paul is put pressure on him offensively, and he's going to be relentless about it.
Bowen is open for three. He loves the corner three, but as always, did it at the defensive end. And in terms of the intangibles, Bowen did an excellent job. A couple of key plays in that series against the Suns. Here's Ginobili, who just came on with a driving hook.
Energy of Manu Ginobili coming off the bench. And Tim Duncan comes up with the steal.
Duncan took it away from Chandler. Here's Duncan. Draws the foul in the act, says the official.
The Hornets #1 in fouls against their opponents. The Spurs #2.
Here comes Ginobili. Nice lead for Parker. Oh, what a move! They're all in scoring the first 8 points. And that led to the timeout. Stojakovic, yes!
Another option offensively when you've got two shooters and Peterson and Peja on opposite ends of the court. It helps out.
Stojakovic making a return from back surgery. West to the drive. Yes! And the foul. And a possible three-point play.
Well, I don't know if Alberto's going to be able to stay with David West. I thought Kurt Thomas
eliminated the Magic in the first round. Parker lost his balance, able to recover. Here's Bowen again for three. That's his second to the San Antonio Spurs. A couple of years back, as a member of the Sacramento Kings, he had a sensational series against San Antonio. Ginobili for three.
Outside.
Alberto on that foul. He sits down. Robert Horry has come on. Jacques Vaughn has checked in for the first time for San Antonio. Here is West. Strong move by West. Duncan lost it. Comes back to Vaughn. Here's Ginobili for three. It's Arena. And the Big Easy, a capacity crowd on hand. That's been the story in recent weeks for the Hornets. Ginobili able to recover, finding Duncan. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. Spurs up by 4. West doing it against the double.
But going to allow Robert Horry and Alberto and Kurt Thomas to play David West one-on-one.
Ginobili's have the hot hand. Again hits from downtown. Now being played by Ginobili. West. Little teardrop from David West.
Use one hand.
Shot clock to 4. Down to 2. Here's Bowen. Oh, a fling from the other side from Bruce Bowen. It's another 3. Final seconds of the quarter. Paul somehow gets all the way down court with 0.2 of a second left.
Well, after Bruce Bowen's desperation 3, Chris Paul splitting the Spurs with time running off the clock for the lay-in.
West played by Thomas. Pass intended for Parker, bad pass. There's Parker on a crossover. Beautifully done by Tony Parker.
Both teams shoot 45% or better. The Spurs are 40-6, and the Hornets are 44-5. So as Tony Parker kind of set them back as well.
Stojakovic, he was trying to draw the foul, but Bowen stepped away. Spurs at 50%. They've hit 12 for 24. Here's Wells to the reverse. 5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The Spurs are up by 2. Here's Duncan. Shot blocked. Back comes Pargo. Players also have to be tentative, a little wary as they move up and down the court. Stojakovic banks it home. 11 points for Stojakovic, and the game is tied at 33.
Well, I like how he's not settling for that outside shot, taking Bowen off the dribble.
Bowen, oh, he is pulled down. That's a hard foul.
Going baseline. And was he trying to make a play on the ball or not? You know, from that angle, it's hard to tell, but, you know, that is right around the face chin area, and that is supposed to, anything that's above the neck.
Spurs up by 1. Paul with the lead for Chandler. They worked that play so well. Down the arc. Paul, Ginobili broke it up. Nice play by Manu Ginobili. Parker going at Pargo. Here's Bowen, open again for 3.
Scoring opportunities in round 1 against the Phoenix Suns. Maybe he's making up for it in round 2.
Bowen again sets his feet this time, gave it up to Finley, and he hits the 3. Is able to hit that medium range jump shot. Bowen again for 3. They continue to leave him open, and the foul.
Was someone else going to step up? Bruce Bowen tonight, 17 points, being one of those guys.
Paul with a nice fake. Spurs now 9 of 14 from three-point range. Parker with room.
Kurt Thomas, an excellent pick and pop player. Not going to roll, he's going to pop.
Peterson forced it. Stojakovic with the tip. Crowds have been coming out. They've sold out 14 of the last 19 home games, including the playoffs. West. David West.
Game.
Duncan trying to put a move on and draws the foul. He's Stojakovic. He's been doing it off the dribble. Bowen was bet on the switch. Here's Parker for 3. Tony Parker.
From deep with his outside shooting.
During the regular season, only 17 threes out of 66 attempts, 25% for Parker. Chandler. Tyson Chandler with a chance to tie or take the lead. Paul with a beautiful feed to West, and the game is tied. Looked like he would take it all the way, and then decided to reset. Stojakovic. Yes. Hornets 56, the Spurs 54.
Well, David West recognized there was a mismatch down low where Stojakovic and Tony Parker guarded him. Roll the ball over top. Easy shot because Peja has the height advantage.
8-0 run for the Hornets. Here they come off the steal. Paul all the way. The Spurs want to talk it over.
Getting it done with his shooting as well as his passing. How nice little dump off to David West. And then in the fast break situation, understand that he has numbers, no one.
Ginobili got bottled up, and it's picked off by Paul. Stojakovic for three. Yes! Time on TBS. Just under 6 to play in this third quarter. Stojakovic, a time of force. Here comes Parker. Paul has to be careful. He stepped away, did not want to pick up.
No. Let him go in for the layup. Chris Paul's more valuable being on the court.
West. Good hustle by Peterson. And he shoots and scores.
So fantastic in his days with the Raptors up in Toronto. Offensive rebounding for his position.
Ginobili, it counts, and the foul.
Tony Parker loves to go right, especially in the fast break situation.
17 for Parker. San Antonio within 3. West. Shot clock to 7. Stojakovic had a mismatch. Chandler able to put it down.
Well, I don't know why.
Ori for 3. Back comes Paul. Getting by Ginobili. Getting by Bowen. And is fouled. He went at 3 different members of the Spurs, and then Ori was called for the hack. Wait a moment.
Bruce Bowen getting suspended earlier. Nice little hip check there by Bruce Bowen, but a nice flop by CP3.
The result of that was the foul on Bowen that sent Paul to the line. Here's Parker. Come up on 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. West gets the roll.
Every advantage you can take.
Coming up on a minute remaining in the third. West, yes.
That's nice. Block shots, but offensively, put you on his hip, face you.
Ginobili, and it looked like that ball was deflected
At the defensive end.
Long got picked off by Eli. Here's West for the catch and shoot.
David West, like you said, he can go either way. He can go right and right here. He turns over that left shoulder and uses that left hand. And then he gets into the lane with his left hand and uses his offhand. And then right here, he can face you up, fakes a little bit, takes you off the dribble, a little fade away. And this is what I like.
10 on the shot clock. Duncan is only 1 of 8 from the field. Finley, yes, hit a 3 to open up this fourth quarter. Michael Finley with 10 points. 80-73 Hornets. Bonzi Wells.
On Dirk Nowitzki tapping his cheek. As some people say, maybe Dirk walked into his fingers.
Yes. Eli with the rebound. Wells on the follow. Bonzi Wells. Parker got the step. It's 23 for Parker.
Really nice game for Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. Bruce Bowen got off to that fantastic first half with 17 points. Hasn't scored a point since. Been relegated to the bench.
Wells. So
Rejected by Alberto out of bounds.
Nice return. Beautiful touch pass. Here's Finley from downtown. Stojakovic. They clear it out against Ginobili. Stojakovic with a floater in this fourth quarter. Duncan. One of those nights for Tim Duncan. 1 for 9 from the field, only 5 points.
Well, that was going to be a point of emphasis for head coach Byron Scott and the Hornets. Either they were going to double team him up early so he does not get his rhythm. Still hasn't found it.
Here's Paul banking it home. Here's Ginobili to the crossover. What a move, going right to left on their best of 7 Western Conference semifinal series. Paul, yes. So Chris Paul hits 2 big buckets. He has not shot well, but has had a superb game. And you saw Paul knock it away, comes up with a steal, leads the break. West with the finish. And now plays the clock. A very impressive effort here by Chris Paul, David West, and these young New Orleans Hornets. Paul with another spectacular goal.
And he froze the defense when he went between his legs. That's why the alley opened up right there.
And Greg Popovich has emptied his bench. Damon Stoudemire has come on. He's in the backcourt now with Jacques Vaughn. Paul with the steal.
Pad your stats, young fella. Pad your stats.
101-82. Semifinal series goes to the Hornets. 101-82. A very long night for Tim Duncan.